Hello, good day for everyone. Myself, Vivek from MaaS360 Android team. Let's begin the session with the agenda of the meeting. First of all, we will be going through about profile of frontline workers. Here we discuss about who are frontline workers and what is their role in their organization and what kind of technology and data they process as frontline workers. Followed by overview of MaaS360 and MaaS360 Kiosk capabilities, where we will go in detail about significant features of MaaS360 and how MaaS360 Kiosk functionality helps in achieving the use case of frontline users. Extended by the discussion on the imminent scope of MaaS360 Kiosk. Okay, who indeed are the frontline workers? Frontline workers are present across all sectors, including healthcare, public safety, manufacturing, retail, education, hospitality, and so many other areas. As task and service workers, these individuals spend most of their time away from desks and offices. So they are also called as deskless employees. On the other hand, they are also often referred as first line of defense or the face of the company, as they are the ones who represent the organization and its services or products to customers on a day-to-day basis. So, they play a very crucial role in delivering quality service, resolving issues, and ensuring customer satisfaction. Frontline jobs mostly tend to have shift-based timings with rotating teams and schedules. One of the finest examples of frontline workers or hospital staff that includes doctors, nurses, lab staff, and so on. They often work in a close-knit environment where their service and work depends on each other. Okay, now coming to the topic on what is needed for frontline workers. Frontline workers are becoming increasingly digital, with employees relying on variety of devices like phones, tablets, wearables, etc. Accessing this information from these computing platforms outside the office premises, there may be a high chance of leaking companies' private data and employees misuse the device. Now, speaking about our scenario on hospital staff, these computing platforms helps to streamline workflows, improve communication, and enhance efficiency like shift management and scheduling, task management and workflow optimization, resource allocation, and equipment tracking, and communication and collaboration, and patient care documentation. Accomplishing all this via shared digital device will also come at the risk of exposing irrelevant sensitive data of employees as well as patients. Hence, as part of this digital transformation, devices are part of the first line of defense against cyber threats, and it is important to set up, manage, and protect the device to help frontline workers to stay productive while mitigating the risk of data leaks. Having access to the right technology can significantly improve efficiency, productivity, and safety. Now the question is, what is the right technology that helps in boosting up the frontline worker needs? To get answer to that, we will move to the next slide. The answer is MaaS360. Before going to how, we will see the significance of MaaS360 in these areas. Capability. MaaS360 offer IT admin control over various capabilities of Android devices like passcode management, security restriction, app compliance, device management, threat management, firewall, OEM configuration, system update, and so many others. Now coming to the control part, each and every things we mentioned in the capability again have plenty of things to control. For example, IT admin can decide when to update the device OS or what apps frontline workers should have in their device, what kind of device setting frontline workers can access, whether camera can be allowed or not. All those things can be controlled by IT admin. As frontline workers mostly share the device across users, IT admin control over device for each and every user plays a major role. Now coming to the security part. As already mentioned, frontline workers won't be available in the office premises. The network they connected needs to be monitored frequently, and MaaS360 makes sure they always connected to a secure network and also ensure The apps that present in the device are not any malware apps that corrupts the stored corporate data and also ensure the device itself is not rooted. All these are monitored continuously by MaaS360. Now we go in detail about what options IT admins have to manage the device in details. Handing over to Pratil to take over that. Thank you.
And Vivek for sharing the details about what are frontline workers and some basic details about MaaS360. Now let's get into the specifics about how MaaS360 can help help IT admins manage various needs of frontline worker devices. So there are four broad aspects that we will talk about here. Right? The first one is device deployment or getting the devices enrolled. Second one is the app deployment, which is distribution of applications to the employees or to the devices per se. The third one is having an ability to share devices among different users. And the fourth one is like having the ability to manage custom built devices with MaaS360. Let's start one by one, right? Talking about the first one, right, which is a very important aspect of managing frontline workers is controlling devices in bulk, right? Most of these frontline use cases, like the way described, are typically hospital workers or shift employees or say truck drivers or things like that, right? So the IT admins will get a large set of devices in bulk, right? And they would want to enroll everything, set up everything, and then hand it off to their employees, right? So bulk enrollment is a very, very important aspect of uh, managing frontline worker devices. So there are two, three ways by which MaaS360 helps IT admins achieve this. The first one is like a QR code enrollment. Right? QR code provisioning method streamlines software on Android device enrollment for a simple scan. The IT admin can generate a QR code on the MaaS360 portal. Like they can mention all the details in the QR code itself, and then on the device they can just scan the QR code, and that should be it. Right? The systems will automatically take care of downloading the MaaS360 app, providing it the specific information to onboard, and it will get auto onboarded like in a matter of minutes. Right? Next way is via portals provided by like some vendors like Google and Samsung, right? So here again, right, the IT admin can just generate a configuration on the MaaS360 portal. It can have all the necessary details filled in, like the account ID, the email address, any other policies or configurations which you want to set. And then we generate this configuration and we put this configuration in the portal provided by, say, Samsung. And along with the configuration, we also add like the IMEI number of the device which we want to enroll. Right? Once now you come to the device and you factory set and reboot the device. So the device itself will recognize that okay, this device is configured to enroll with MaaS360, and it will kind of do all the heavy lifting and download the app, and it will get auto enroll. Right? So this way, all the IT admin needs to do is just factory reset the device and reboot it, and that's auto enroll with MaaS360 or auto set up with MaaS360. That's how MaaS360 helps with device deployment. Next one is the app management or the app deployment, right? So apps is a very critical part of managing mobile devices, right? So you want to distribute apps so that ultimately the end users or whatever is there on the device needs to use an app, right? So there are different categories of apps which are supported by MaaS360. First one is like Google Play app, right? Which is where the distribution happens directly on Google Play. These are apps like Outlook or Evernote or Chrome or something which is already available on Play Store, right? Then there will be enterprise apps which are where these are internal to the company. They don't want to like put it on Play Store, where they can come and upload like an APK file into the MaaS360 portal, right? The most popular one probably is a private Play Store concept where you can get the benefits of a Play Store, but you don't put it on a public Play Store. You get a private Play Store within the MaaS360 console to deploy your apps. So now, have you spoken about app deployment? Let's come to the next one, which is shared devices, right? This is a very popular need for frontline workers, right? Like imagine a shift worker use case, or imagine a hospital use case, right? Where a user will come in the morning, they will pick up a device, he will do his work, and he will use the device during his shift. And then once his shift is over, he'll return the device, right? Then the next shift worker will come in and he wants to use the same device. Right? So this is a very typical use case that they want to use the same device for multiple users, which is basically called shared devices, right? So here, typically how this is done is the enrollment is done in a very userless manner. Like there's no user or authentication done when the device enrolls. Device is just set up with some basic policies and configurations. Then the end user comes in, he kind of logs in or put in their credentials and starts using the device. At the end of the shift, they will just sign out from the device, right? And that's how like these devices are reused and can be more effectively used. Uh, Next very critical requirement is to support custom devices. So given these frontline devices are used in various use cases like hospitals and like some uh, very like QR code scanners in our airports and so a lot of these right are typically different from a day-to-day daily use device basically. Right? So these devices a lot of times do not have like the Google mobile services or GMS, right? Which all of us are typically aware of. Like these are applications like Gmail, Maps, Play Store, Chrome. These applications won't be there on the device, right? So managing these devices is a different ballgame, and like there are very special changes needed to manage these devices and enroll these devices and everything. So QR code is a very effective way to enroll such devices, and obviously MaaS360 has to turn off all the Play Store interactions on such devices. Right? So with these four to five pillars, like is how MaaS360 effectively manages frontline worker devices for its customers. I'll move to the next slide. Now let's talk about a very critical or a most important feature for a frontline worker. Right? This is called Theos Mode. To explain what exactly is a Theos mode, everyone would have seen an ATM machine, right? That's a very classic example of a Theos mode, right? Where what exactly is it's like a simple laptop or a desktop, right? Where only one app is allowed, right? Which is that app which allows you to withdraw money, right? Or do other tasks which are related to bank, right? Similar recent examples of Theos mode is like uh, you go to a restaurant, you have a self-ordering kiosk there, right? Where you can just select what items you want to order, you make the payment in there, and like the order is done, right? So those are typical examples of where a Theos mode device. There are many more examples where it is used. Like delivery boys who come to deliver at your home, they might be using typically their devices. They would be typically be in Theos mode, right? So here the IT admin allows only a few apps which are allowed. There are a lot of other restrictions which are also applied that they can restrict notifications. They are restricting the taskbar, the system bar, and many other device settings are kind of restricted, right? So the benefits of this is that only very essential things are enabled, right? And you don't want your end users to like go and change some settings on the device or do some random things, right? Like the notifications are very important to be disabled. Like imagine going to a restaurant and while ordering, like an app pops up from a background and shows a notification that something else is happening, right? Or imagine like a mischievous end user going to a device settings and turning off the internet or doing something else with the device, right? So a lot of these restrictions are very essential to make sure that device functionality is properly managed, right? And also the other main feature that is very much required is to customize the branding and customize the how the look and feel of the devices, right? Like you should display like the company's logo and you should display like the company's colors everywhere. And those are kind of things that are very easily possible with the Mode, right? Now, I will with this I'll hand it over to Shweta to talk about uh, the next set of details about the Mode and how that can be.
Okay, thank you. So now I would like to talk more about Kiosk features, like existing features and what enhancements we have done in our latest release and what we are planning to do in our upcoming release. So first I'll talk about Kiosk mode type. So there is a policy inside Kiosk which has two Kiosk mode, single app mode and multiple app mode. Single app mode basically locks down the device to access only single application and no other apps can be accessed. It is basically used to perform a specific business task. For example, there is a restaurant and the restaurant owner gives their device to the food delivery partner where the single application can be just used to update the food delivery status So basically, it avoids the misuse of the device by the delivery partner for any other purpose. Now coming to the multiple app mode, where multiple applications can be accessed inside Kiosk mode, and the one of the use case I can say, there is a hospital where hospital staff is given a device in multiple app kiosk mode, where one application is used to access patient information, the another app is used to access inventory information, or say one mail client application is there to access their corporate email. So in such use cases, multiple application kiosk mode can be used, and there is a policy control for that. And in both the mode, admin can apply certain restrictions and control based on the policy. Now, uh, as Pratyush said, that kiosk launcher can be customized. So it can be basically customized to the really good level based on their business and the branding requirement, whether what should be the app icon size, what should be the app name font size, or the wallpaper, what do they want to set, status bar customization, logo position, etc. They can also customize their kiosk launcher, which all system apps like Chrome, Camera, or the Play Store, which all system apps are really allowed inside Kiosk. They can also customize MaaS360 specific app level. Like MaaS360 has different first party apps there, mail, docs, browser, etc. So they can control which all apps they want to allow inside Kiosk and which they want to restrict. So these were our like Kiosk introduction with their existing features. So inside Kiosk capabilities, we have added really good enhancement in our last few releases, and we are also adding some more enhancement in our very upcoming release, which I would like to explain now. So Kiosk can be enabled and exited. So when Kiosk is exited, it can be compromised. The device can be compromised. So with these enhancements, we are basically trying to reduce those compromise and enhance the device security. So first was, suppose Kiosk was exited via password or by admin, there was no explicit option for admin to enable Kiosk. It had to be enabled only by a user or via disabling and enabling policy. So it added to the admin effort. So now we have introduced one more action, enable kiosk action explicitly for admin to enable kiosk. Second, the device to be used as a shared device inside kiosk mode, we always had to basically inside kiosk mode, if a user is there, they had to exit kiosk, then user needed to sign out, another user needed to sign in, and then re-enter kiosk. So we have introduced one new policy which actually escapes all these intermediate steps, and different user can sign in and sign out being inside kiosk mode. So it also enhances the security of the device. Next feature what we have introduced inside kiosk mode. So inside kiosk policy, earlier there was any application, if we want to allow inside kiosk mode, admin had to mention those application ID explicitly in the kiosk policy. So suppose if admin has distributed some 20 apps in their app catalog and they want to allow all these apps inside kiosk mode, they had to allow all these application ID inside kiosk policy. So now we have introduced a new policy, allow all apps through app catalog. Enabling that, it will allow all apps automatically inside kiosk mode. It really introduces the admin effort. Next is about the reducing the kiosk debugging issue, and also enhancing the information given to admin and the user. So earlier kiosk settings were showing only whether kiosk is enabled on the device or exited. Other than that, there was no information whether it was exited via password or via admin, or if there was any error in the kiosk enablement, there was no information on the screen or on the portal, like on the device screen or on the platform side. So we have really enhanced those kiosk UX, giving all those extra information like it shows which mode type is being used, and if it is exited, which mode it has exited, or which error it's showing, and it reduces the kiosk debugging time, and we are able to fix any kiosk issue or fix any user issue in enabling kiosk really faster. Next feature what we have enhanced is update device data. So basically there is a feature of update device data inside MaaS360 core app, which really keeps the device to the latest data in the with the policy or with the payload, etc. So but to access this feature, user always had to exit kiosk mode. So now we have integrated this feature inside Kiosk Mode so that Kiosk doesn't have to exit and device will not get compromised. Then, so these were the feature is already available in our production release. Now in our very upcoming release, we are doing two major enhancements. So one is app updates in Kiosk Mode. So currently there is a limitation for update of the Kiosk application. Like to auto update the Kiosk Mode, user need to exit Kiosk. So now we are introducing one more policy. If it is enabled, Kiosk can be auto updated without any user intervention and without exiting Kiosk Mode. Also, I would like to highlight here, which is actually available right now also, that any application other than Kiosk app, if it is inside Kiosk and there is auto update on via Play Store or via App Catalog, it will get auto updated. There is no limitation to for auto update of those applications. It can be, so basically with this feature all the application can be auto updated being inside Kiosk Mode without exiting. Now coming to the really important feature which we are planning to release in our very upcoming release, option to access specific device settings. So earlier there was case where suppose if admin want user to access particular part of the device settings or particular uh, task of the any applications, they had to allow those application ID inside Kiosk Mode, giving access to whole of that application, which actually compromise the device. Suppose their allowed application need to set biometrics, fingerprint. We used to suggest allow device settings package ID inside Kiosk policy, which gives access to whole settings app. So they can configure other things as well, which compromises the device. So now we are avoiding this, and we are introducing two new policy. One policy is to access particular part of the device settings without giving access to others part of the settings app. And also we are also giving one more customization option where they can give the custom intent through which they can perform a particular task on the other application than device settings. Suppose they want to access the contact list, then they don't have to explicitly mention those contacts app application ID. They have the shortcut available, clicking on which they can be redirected to those to access those contact lists, and clicking back it will come back to the Kiosk launcher. Similarly, they can if admin wants user to open particular website on particular browser, avoiding access to other website, they can give these shortcuts as well. So there are various other options available possible with these policies. Now next is, so these were the policies which we have already implemented. Now we have a plan laid out for our next few releases, which will really improvise our Kiosk app to the next level. So first is to enable and exit Kiosk. Now there is an action, but now we are planning to release a feature where admin can schedule these actions in advance, and they don't have to be really present at particular time to do this action. Second is we are planning to support remote view in Kiosk Mode. Next is home screen designer for Kiosk. So this feature is really important. So as I said, Kiosk can be customized. But with all those policy control, when admin customizes, they really apply the policy on the device and they see how the launcher looks. So this feature basically will give power to the admin to see those customization on the platform side on the go without really applying the policy onto the device, and they can do all this via drag and drop of the application or drag and drop of the logo without actually typing in the policy that which icon size, etc. They can try all of this, they can see the template, they can visualize those launcher, and then they apply the policy to the device. Fourth is we are also giving option to auto update the Kiosk app MaaS360 app by app catalog when Kiosk policy is enabled, and this automation will really reduce the admin effort. The last but not the least is the integration of MaaS360 feature inside Kiosk Mode so that it reduces the Kiosk exiting frequency. So update device data we have already introduced. There are other features available like OOC messages or send logs, etc. So that also we are planning to integrate inside Kiosk app itself.